Thanks for dropping by. I'm so glad you made it. Huh? What does that mean? I'm Teacher Mike, and in this video, I'm going to teach you some phrasal verbs that you might hear when talking to your friends, especially when making plans. I'm also going to teach you some phrasal verbs that you can use to sound more natural when talking about your friends. Our first phrasal verb is to be down. For example, someone might say, "We're going to get drinks later. Are you down?" This basically means, are you okay with this plan, or are you going to join us? If you say, "Yeah, I'm down," that's like saying, "Sure, that sounds good," or "Yes, I would like to join you." You can also say, "I'm down for anything," or "I'm down for whatever." But these two mean that you are fine with any plan. If you want to go shopping, I'll go shopping. If you want to go skiing, I'll go skiing. If you want to go out for dinner, I'll go out for dinner. I'm down for anything. The next one is to clown around. This phrasal verb is used to describe how someone behaves. It basically means to act silly, make jokes, and not really treat anything seriously. For example, she clowns around a lot when she's with her friends. When she's with her friends, she likes to laugh, joke, and have a good time. Or, "I like John, but he clowns around too much. I wish he would be serious sometimes." A parent, teacher, or boss might also say something like, "Stop clowning around and pay attention." Our third phrasal verb is one that many of you probably already know, but I still think that we should talk about it just a little bit to make sure that you're actually using it correctly. This is to catch up, which means to talk to someone after you haven't seen or talked to them for a period of time. For example, "We should have dinner and catch up sometime soon." This means that we should have dinner together so that we can talk about what has been happening in our lives since the last time we spoke. Our fourth phrasal verb is to grow apart. If two people grow apart, this means that over time they slowly become less close. For example, Sam and I were very good friends when we were young, but as we got older, we grew apart. This means that at first we were very close and spent a lot of time together, but as we got older, our lives changed. For example, maybe we became interested in different things, started hanging out with different groups of people, or just didn't keep in touch with each other. And as a result of this, we became less close. We grew apart. Another example, we used to be really good friends, but when we moved to different cities, we grew apart. Phrasal verb number 5 is get into. And this one actually has several meanings, but let's start with the one that's most related to the topic of this video. If a friend asks you, "What are you getting into tomorrow?" that just means, "What are you doing tomorrow?" "What are your plans for tomorrow?" Or, "What are you up to tomorrow?" Which all mean basically the same thing. And no, it isn't only used with tomorrow. For example, you could also say, "What are you guys getting into this weekend?" Or, "What did y'all get into yesterday?" But you'll also hear get into trouble. This one basically means to do bad things, cause problems, or just find yourself in bad situations. For example, as a teenager, my friends and I often got into trouble. Or my friend Megan often gets into trouble when she drinks. And before we go on to number 6, if you are finding this video useful, please don't forget to hit the like button. Doing this not only really helps to support my channel, but it also tells me that you want more videos like this one in the future. Now, our sixth phrasal verb is to hit it off. When two people hit it off, this means that the first time that they meet, they become friendly and talkative with each other very quickly. For example, the first time I met him, we really hit it off. This means that we had a really nice conversation because we immediately felt comfortable with each other. Another example, "I want you to meet my friend Ronnie. I think you two will really hit it off." So yeah, to hit it off is always a positive thing, and as you can see from my examples, we often add the word really. Number 7 is to stick up for someone. This basically means to defend or support that person when another person is being mean or unfair to them. For example, when the other kids tried to bully me, my friend Toby always stuck up for me. When they were mean to me, he would tell them to stop bothering me. Or maybe at work, someone says something unfair about you. If someone else says to that person, "Hey, that's not fair, you should apologize to her," later you might say to that person, "Thanks for sticking up for me earlier." Number 8 is come over, which just means to come to your home. For example, do you want to come over tomorrow? That means, do you want to come to my house tomorrow? Or, he came over yesterday morning. That means that he came to my house yesterday morning. There's also to have someone over, which is very similar, but focuses on you being the host, not on the movement of the other person. For example, I'm having people over for dinner tomorrow. Would you like to come? Number 9 is drop by, which is very similar to come over, but you can use it for any location, not just someone's home. It also focuses on the fact that the visit was or is going to be quick. For example, she dropped by to check on me when I was sick. Or if a friend invites you to a party, you might say, "I'm pretty busy that day, but I'll try to drop by for a little bit." And our final phrasal verb is to make it, which we use really often when talking about our ability to attend an event. For example, someone might ask you, "Do you think you'll be able to make it tomorrow?" That just means, do you think you'll be able to come? Or if you were busy and unable to attend something that someone invited you to, the next time you see that person, you could say, "I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it." And if you want to tell someone that you're happy that they were able to attend an event, you can say, "I'm so glad you made it." You can also use make it here and make it there, but these focus more on arriving, not on attending. And you can use these two in a lot of different situations, but they're most common when talking about being on time. For example, someone might ask, "Do you think you'll make it here on time?" That just means, do you think you're going to arrive here on time, or do you think you're going to be late? Or if someone says, "We're not going to make it there on time," that just means we're going to be late. So yeah, those are 10 phrasal verbs that you will really hear and be able to use in real life. If you'd like to practice using them, don't forget to write a few sentences in the comments. And if you want more videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.